sharing some more raw, vulnerable aspects of me because I know that it may be helpful for some of you out there as well. We're now in the Pisces season with the sun in Pisces, and it's the last sign of the zodiac, the last energy of the zodiac. It is where we have come to we are completing a full cycle of all of the energies, all of the zodiac archetypes. And so when we come to Pisces, who is ruled by Neptune, we are brought to a place of something in our lives breaking down, decaying, bringing us into a state, Neptune, of possible disillusionment or illusion. Suddenly things may not resonate or feel the same way. And that's where the breakdown begins, the decay. And we're meant to allow that. You can hold on as much as you want. As Phil Good said, I really like the saying, I saw it on his Instagram. Letting go is hard, but holding on becomes harder. And I find that to be very true. I might have butchered that up a little bit, but you get what I'm saying. So then when we finally allow something to dissolve, decay, let go, we're able to then open up to the new. So sharing with me, and I know that this week is a very important week, astrologically, energetically. Today is February 20th. And we are going through that decay phase. We will for a bit, but I do see by the 22nd to 22, there will be a shift and an opportunity for us to shift into a better feeling, better experience. It's always a choice. Saturn is testing us all right now as to whether we're going to fall back into an old way, an old pattern, an old way of thinking. And Saturn being karma. Karma truly is yourself with yourself. What you think about yourself, your self-talk. How do you feel about yourself? Do you trust yourself? Do you believe in yourself? So you may find things either being very confusing or conflicting or not working the way they once did. And it is up to us. Are we going to see it for what it is, which we will by the time the sun comes into a conjunction with Saturn next week? We will see the truth. However, right now we're going through a weird tunnel of and a test. A big test. It's a choice. And I'm going to show you my personal cards for this morning because I don't feel like they're just for me. It's a choice. And we have a little bit of time, but not much, to finally choose before jumping into a stream of consciousness, a stream of energy that will take us somewhere. And our choices will be, are we going to fall back into an old way of thinking, old patterns, old habits, old beliefs? Because it seems as though many of us And I feel this morning, having two conflicting energies that are driving. So for me, my path is unique, as all of ours are. I'm really being asked to let go of my old instincts and ways of action and ways of being when it comes to survival, basic survival, and my belief system about me and my very survival on this planet, which is not always easy. It's not easy. It requires a lot of faith and trust and remembering where I came from and what I've experienced and where I am now. And so the first card that I received was synchronicities, telling me to continue to pay attention to not only the synchronicities. When I say pay attention to the synchronicities, whether it's number sequences or other things that repetitively show themselves to you, it's not just what the synchronicities are saying, because a lot of the times they are saying pay attention. It's the timing. Whenever you see a synchronicity, whenever you experience a synchronicity, what were you thinking about? What were you just about to do? Where were you? What were you experiencing at that exact moment? What was the sensation? Because there's a message within that. So where I'm being asked to make adjustments overall is 7 of Cups. And for me, 7 of Cups it's a choice. I have two conflicting feelings about my life path and myself. That's how I'm feeling today. And which am I going to choose? Am I going to choose the higher road, my sense of connection, my intuition, my feelings, my heart, where my heart is leading me? Or am I going to choose the feeling of being stuck? Because that's been my experience. And it's playing out in such a unique way, because all of my social media accounts kind of came to a halt. Again, like I said, Saturn is repeating. Saturn has moved back and then moved forward and then moved back and is moving forward again. And Saturn is, we're repeating lessons. We're repeating challenges right now. If you pay attention to your life, you've been here before. You've had these same exact challenges before. And they're teaching you something about yourself with yourself. And the last card I got was the Chariot. Whichever emotion, perspective that I choose is what I'm going to drive forward with today and always. It's always a choice. It's not easy to always stay on the spiritual path in this world. There are times where we are dropped way down into the density of everyday life. And we have choices and decisions that we have to make for ourselves and our survival. But it's important to remember that we are supported. We do have higher connection that is with us and will show itself to you, will guide you if you need it. If you're feeling the Piscean energy of confusion, maybe disillusionment, maybe disconnection, Pay attention to the synchronicities. Pay attention to your feelings. Most importantly, pay attention to the choice that you make. How do you see yourself? How do you see your life unfolding going forward? Where would you like to see yourself and your life going forward? This is a big test from Saturn this week. I'm certainly, I'm feeling it, I'm experiencing it, but I'm experiencing it a little bit differently than I did the last time. The last time I really fell for it. The last time I really fell into it and had that whole energy of, it's not fair, I put so much work in, all of those things. And this time I see it again and it's like, oh, here we go again. All right, I see. What am I going to choose? How am I going to choose to flow through this? Oh, look what's below that, the Fool. How am I going to choose to flow through these tests, these delays, these challenges? It seems like everything in my life has been put on delay. I'll explain a little bit more. Things I was planning on doing fell apart. People that I was planning on meeting up with suddenly dropped away, got pulled away. Social media, I'm putting videos out there and, they're not getting much, if any, views, and that's okay. I see it. But for somebody who puts themselves out there, there's an aspect in me that's saying, what am I doing wrong? What? And I'm not doing anything wrong. These are tests. So also pay attention to what is repeating in your life and trust that this is a test. How will you choose to respond and react? And most importantly, towards yourself. How do you feel about yourself right now through challenges? How are you treating yourself right now through delays, tests, repetitive experiences? Because Pisces energy, the Neptune, we can fall deeply into escapism and falling back into old ways. It's almost as if sometimes another energy, if you have a very strong opposing part within you, energetic part within you that's still linked to your past, linked to your karma, linked to your family lineage and all of that other stuff, it can come up and take over your consciousness without you even being aware of it. So really pay attention to how you're feeling, how you're talking to yourself, how you're perceiving this, whatever it is that you're experiencing right now. Because it is a test of Saturn's emergency broadcast system. And we will see the truth of this test when the Sun meets up with Saturn in a conjunction and shines a big spotlight on all of that for us all. But we can see it now if we choose to rise above and rise up out of the current circumstances or whatever is playing out in your life right now that may seem to be like, I've been here before. And I do remember it turning out okay. Or I remember being really upset, or, how did I treat myself through those tests and challenges? So that's what I wanted to share with you all today. Oh, and I want to bring up also, because Jupiter and Uranus, we have a full moon coming up. So this energy